Now, the guys want to talk about tagging up, which is we send all 5 to the offensive glass. Right? We spoke about your offensive rebounding strategy being key in defensive conversion. Some people send 2 and get 3 people back. Some people send 3. Not many spend 4, and basically no one until recently, probably the last 4 or 5 years, send 5. Why don't we send 5? Obvious reason. We're worried about if all 5 are going towards the offensive glass, it's just going to be layup after layup. So we worry about the outcome before we define the process. And when I first heard a coaching friend of mine that I've known for 20 years tell me about this system, I thought he'd lost his marbles, because I was worried about the outcome. Oh, they're just going to get layups. That's stupid. I can't believe you'd even think about doing that. But what he did is defined it, spoke to the kids about space, spoke to them about geography, gave them rules, and then defined what they wanted to do. So, if we're going to send all 5 to the glass, first rule, you have to attack over the high shoulder. So guys, come down here. Unless you're an elite rebounder, 30 or 40% of the time you go to the glass, you don't get the rebound. Like, if in a game of NBL, if there's 25 offensive rebounds, that's a lot. That's a massive amount. But there's a lot in a game, there's probably 100 rebounds. So you think about that. So it's not about necessarily getting offensive, but we're going to make a rebound contest. So spread out in your offensive spots. So shot goes up, everyone has to attack their defender, the person boxing them out, hopefully they're boxing them out, to the high shoulder. So if a shot goes up, you're attacking the high shoulder, which is which side? That side, all right? Which, for you, it doesn't matter so much, right? For you, but if you're a little bit wide, so go around there a little bit, a little wider. Which would be the high shoulder if you're a little bit wider? Middle, all right? Coming over the middle, down, which is the high shoulder? All right, yeah. Everything's coming over here and we're creating a rebounding scrum. Now, the old guys in the room, where do 70% of misses finish up? This side of the basket. You know that's a coaching myth, right? Someone made up in about 1960 and we've just all swallowed it for the last 50 years, right? Analytics says that's not actually the case, right? So, but even if a shot goes up from there, 70% of misses come this side. So why wouldn't this guy go this side? Because our rebounding rules are linked to our defensive transition. And what I mean by that is, don't shoot. The shot goes up and you come this side, right? After they get possession, we're tagging up. Is he in a good position now for defensive transition? Is he ball, him, basket, or man, him, basket? No. Now people will say, yeah, but what if he gets the offensive rebound? Well, we'll clap and we're going to say a word to him. Right? That's the great thing about coaching. You have rules. If they break the rules, you get to yell at them. If they break the rules and it works, you get to say good job. All right? It's fantastic. All right? So we want to say everything linked to high shoulder. Right? And what we're trying to do, ball here, so a shot's gone up, I want all 5 of you to create a scrum. So he's boxing you out. Which way are you going? Yeah. See, he had to think, because what's common sense to him? What's he been taught his whole life? Slice to here. But we want to link the rebounding contest to what we're doing next. So your high shoulder contest, box them out, your high shoulder, beat him. We've created a scrum. All right? Now, this is the whole foundation behind this. This is what we want and how we want them to start their possession. So if the shot goes in, what have we already done? We're already matched up. All right? We're already matched up. So who's your matchup? It's the person that was boxing you out. That's your matchup. The person that was boxing you out, that's your automatic matchup. Which means there's going to be what? Mismatches. How important or how damaging are mismatches in offensive transition? Not very. How often do you see it in a game, there's a mismatch, everyone stops playing basketball, mismatch. So everyone stops and they try to throw it into the most obvious play in the game, they get a steal and it goes the other end. So we're not worried about matchups, we're not worried about mismatches. We're just worried about how we can get in there and create that scrum. So if you're on defense, he got the ball, you pressure him, because look where he is. You're going to try and find him, look where he is. Remember we spoke about who's back in the corner? No. So that's your man, right? Say for example, you swap with 65. Throw it there. Whose man is it now? It's 65. That's what I'm saying. We're not reliant on the point guard to be the dominant defensive handler. We're relying on all our players to be able to guard their man, guard the ball. Now, if he can't do it and he gets a head of steam, you can sprint there, you sprint off, and we can figure out mismatches on the fly if we need to. But our premise is the guy who's boxing you out is now your matchup. Hence the term tagging up. You tag up with the guy that was boxing you out. Right? So really hard to define. So give me this now.